Good morning, Disney, and good morning to you. Happy Friday. Is this the last day of July? No, tomorrow's the last day of July. But whatever, the last weekday of July 2021. Oh my goodness, we're not even past the halfway part of 2021. We're already into month 8 this weekend. That's amazing. I hope you guys are ready for a great weekend. I am. I'm excited that you're here. If you're watching live, thank you so much. The show starts between 9 and 9:15, generally, Monday through Friday. That's 10 to 10:15 Eastern time because I live in the Central time zone. And of course, if you're Team Replay, hashtag Team Replay in the chat. Always love whether you're watching live where we can interact together or you're watching on the replay. I really appreciate you being here. RJ's in the house, Michael Superbacker in the house, and a bunch of others too. Listen, we've got stuff to talk about, do we not? So we've got, I should just tell you, I think, hey, Joy, good morning to you, Joy, my newest member of the channel. Nick in Virginia, good morning to you. My mom is in the house. People are popping in like crazy. Welcome in, everybody. Listen, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the list of show topics that I want to get to today. One of them is me, which doesn't make for good content, but I'm sure somebody will be interested. I'm wearing my Haunted Mansion shirt today because Haunted Mansion Reboot's getting some actors. Did you know that the Haunted Mansion reboot is coming? What am I talking about? The Haunted Mansion wasn't the worst movie ever, right? Might be the best attraction ever, but wasn't the best movie ever, wasn't the worst movie ever. I've said many times on the show that the Haunted Mansion movie was a good movie that should have been called something else. I didn't think they used the Haunted Mansion to its greatest potential by leaps and bounds, even close. Did you know they're doing another movie? They are, and we've got some actors and actresses to talk about that look like they are connected to it. Remember the streamer? We talked about the streamer. Was that Wednesday? Disney has a whole new Twitter account called the streamer. And what happened? We've been talking about live streaming at Disney a lot on the channel. We'll talk about that because that happened. Hawkeye date been set. Hawkeye and Marvel. A lot of Marvel talk, by the way. We're going to get to that too. Did you know that Disney World flooded yesterday and people were swimming down Main Street? I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch. Masks are back in both coasts. We have to talk about that. How do we not talk about that? Forbes predicting how much Scarlett might make from suing her former employer. What? It's so crazy. And that's the biggest news of the day. And then I've got to tell you what the heck happened to me and why I wasn't here yesterday. If we have time, let me know of those topics in the chat. Which topic are you most interested in? I'm going to lead with Scarlett Johansson suing Disney because I think that's massively huge. We'll talk about that. But let me know in the chat which one you want to hear most about of those things. And if you want to hear about why I wasn't here yesterday, it's kind of a funny story. I should have videoed it. We'll get to that at the very, very end if we have time or if enough people want to hear. Well, let's say hi to everybody in chat, shall we? I should really do that. And then we'll get to it. So if you're watching on the replay, you probably got a minute and a half you can skip forward to because I'm going to say hello to everybody in chat. Michael and RJ I already said hello to, first two in the house this morning. By the way, if you're watching Ninja, hello to you too. I don't think I do a good enough job saying hello to you. I get messages, a couple, maybe 5 or 6 a week. Hey, I didn't comment in your show, bud, or hey, I watched the replay. But so you guys too, love you, but you're not here or you're not saying anything. So Joy, I think I said hello to you. Yes, I did. My first or my most recent member of the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Nick in Virginia, my mom. There we go. Jesse, Jeff's personal bully in the house. What's going on? It never gets old. I always love seeing that. Resort budgeting in the house. Lucky number 14. What happened to you? Yeah, that's my mom. She wants to know what happened to me. Nobody else wants to know yet, Mom. Okay. Ready? Scarlett Johansson signs a big contract, right? So Marvel, Kevin Feige, I don't know how to say his last name. The big guy at Marvel has recently said that they're not going to have these long-term contracts with stars very often anymore in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Producer Preston, how about them? Man, my Dodgers got better, didn't they? If you want to talk sports, we got girls soccer, which I haven't watched a second of the Olympics, but apparently they won on penalty kicks in a long time, 5 seconds. But yeah, my Dodgers had a good night last night. Anyway, Marvel executives say they're not going to sign like the Robert Downey Jr.'s and the Scarlett Johanssons to these long movie contracts anymore, which makes sense because it's getting expensive, I'm sure. So I find it interesting. Well, let's just get to it. There's so many articles about this. This would have been the lead article yesterday had we not missed yesterday's show. But I'm going straight to Forbes. Let's talk about it. How much Scarlett Johansson can win if she triumphs in Disney lawsuit? Pretty girl. Let's do this. I'm not going to read every word. I'm going to read some of it and we're going to comment on it. Here we go. From Forbes, Marvel's Russian assassin has a new foe in her sights. Walt Disney. The company. Scarlett Johansson, who stars as the superhero Black Widow, blah, 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 in the latest Marvel release, filed suit against Disney Thursday for what Hollywood sources say could be more than $50 million in lost payments. $50 million. I got to be real. When I first saw she's suing Disney, I'm like, what? Why? What's going on? But then I read why. From what I've read, who knows what the truth is? From what I've read, this is a slam dunk. I don't know why she even had to sue. She should have made a call and they should have written her a check. So from what I've read, I am fully on Scarlett's side on this one. Let's keep reading. Disney simultaneously released the film in theaters and on its Disney Plus streaming service, which we've talked about extensively on the show. Not only do we talk about if it's a good idea, do we like it as fans, but does it make sense for Disney, the company? And of course it does. A decision Johansson's suit claims undercut its box office take. Of course it did, which is the measure used to calculate how much the A-list actress would be paid in success. What? Her performance as Natasha is the first leading role for a character she's played repeatedly on screen since her first appearing in 2010's Marvel or Iron Man 2. Who cares? Johansson says in a suit filed in LA Superior Court that she received assurances of a wide theatrical release. Is it on paper? Did they just promise? Disney could argue, well, the world has changed since then. Did you get it signed? I don't know. Let's keep going. Which all parties understood to mean an exclusive run in movie theaters. That all changed in March when Disney announced it would make the film available simultaneously in theaters and through Disney Plus Premier Access. Okay. Cough button. Sorry about that. Which allows subscribers to stream the film for an additional $30 fee. Something Johansson claims was a breach of contract. We'll keep going, but let's just stop there for a second. If it's in the contract that box office, you get a percentage, Scarlett gets a percentage, obviously it would be in Scarlett's best interest to have it be in the box office. She says that she had received assurances that it would be a box office exclusive. That seems like a weird thing to put in the contract because why wouldn't it have been box office exclusive? Now, Disney Plus is a thing, Premier Access is a thing, the pandemic is a thing, so obviously things changed. To me, this seems like, why wouldn't this be a phone call? Hey, can we modify my contract to get a cut? It's not like we don't know how much Disney made on that. While they don't announce it publicly, it's easy to back out, and we can do it right here. That Premier Access, which allows subscribers to stream the film for an additional $30. They know how many people did it. Whatever the percentage was, give her a percentage of that. Done deal. Why wouldn't you want to keep her happy? Is it because the contract's done? That would be pretty ruthless. I doubt that's the case. Because they're going to want her for events. She's probably going to be a Disney legend. She's one of the biggest. I mean, I don't know. Maybe are all the Marvels characters going to be Disney legends? I don't know. But why wouldn't? I mean, she's the first major female Disney Marvel character. I mean, you don't want to not be on friendly terms here. To no one's surprise, Disney's breach of the agreement successfully pulled millions of fans away from theaters and toward its Disney Plus streaming service, the suit says. According to the Disney's own self-congratulatory press release, the picture grossed more than $60 million on Disney Plus Premier Access in the first weekend alone, which we talked about here. I think it was $40 million in-house, 60 million box office, 60 million at home, or maybe whatever. Pretty sure that's what it was. Doesn't matter. We can go back to the Good Morning Disney episode, or we can just look it up. But my point is, it's public knowledge. Disney made it public. So whatever the percentage was, isn't this an easy thing to fix? I don't know. In the latest battle in the escalating war between movie studios searching for ways to release their films during a global pandemic that shuttered movie theaters and the people who make them with the expectation that they will share the profits of success, Disney wasted no time firing back. The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. I love Disney. I almost always take Disney side. That first line is pretty brutal. They're using the pandemic to say Scarlett's using the pandemic, in my never so humble opinion. I'm not happy with that. Let me find where I left off. The company said Disney has fully complied with Miss Johansson's contract, and furthermore, the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million she has received to date. Representatives for Johansson and Disney declined further comment. Johansson is the highest paid woman in the Marvel franchise. Her appearance, blah, 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 blah. Her lawsuit describes her box office bonuses in the contract as very large, reflecting the fact that she anchored Black Widow. Let me move forward. 9 of the 24 films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe grossed more than $1 billion, an amount that would have meant an additional $50 million to Johansson. That means she gets 1/2 of 1%, right? 5%. Interesting. That's a lot. 5%. Yeah. 50. Yeah. 5%. Excuse me. Bad math. Need more coffee. Black Widow has so far grossed $318 million worldwide, the weakest performer since Disney purchased the comic book publisher for $4 billion. Only the incredible blah, 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 blah. Johansson's suit follows a revolt among Hollywood top talent against Warner Media, which faced threats of lawsuits in December after it announced it would release its entire 2021 film slate on HBO Max. This will surely not be the last case where Hollywood talent stands up to Disney and makes it clear that whatever the company may pretend, it has a legal obligation to honor its contracts, says Scarlett's attorney. Okay, I'm not going to keep reading because that's a boring show. Nobody wants to be read to all day long. That said, there's a lot to unpack there. Not happy with Disney's take, to be honest with you. Also, there's that old school mentality. The Hollywood elite does not want to go straight to our couch, straight to streaming. I think it's short-sighted. I think it's dumb. I think they need to change the contracts and make it about profits, not box office, profits. Disney and Scarlett are going to come to some kind of deal here, and they're going to make some deal to keep Scarlett happy. I don't know why they wouldn't. Now, that said, if Disney want to play hardball, they could, because they don't need her anymore. She's done, right? She's done. There's no contract moving forward, much like the Gina Carano thing. That said, in this era, should you really be stomping on your female talent? I love Disney, but if I wanted to take a position that Gina and Scarlett are their two biggest female leads, I guess got to consider Emily, right? I mean, she's Mary Poppins and Jungle Cruise. Certainly two of their biggest. Gina was the most recognized female star on the planet a year ago or so. And Scarlett has been bigger than Gina was for a long time. I feel like they're on a thin line here. Let me see what you guys think in chat. I need to know. I want to know what you guys think. Taking a side here, do you think it's going to end amicably? Amicably. Ooh, good word usage for early in the morning. Let's see. How about them Dodgers? Everybody saying hi to everybody. Any thoughts on Scarlett? I wonder why no long contract. Is it because actors become difficult, or is it because of money? It's the money, Michael. Why have Robert Downey for 10 movies when you can just come on? They are churning out movie after movie after movie. And Hiddleston costs a lot, and Downey costs a lot, and Johansson costs a lot, and so I think they're trying to probably move towards more character-based. This is rough. I like actors. I've got some friends who are actors, not like, Marvel actors, but in our community, we've got some actors, and I've, a couple of them come in the chat, and I like them. I consider them my friends. So I want to be careful how I say this, but like the Walmart cashier and the long haul truck driver, technology is soon going to replace some roles. Animation, Snow White was on somebody drew her, right? Somebody drew her. The Mandalorian was much CGI. There's still going to be a place for actors, but it's going to be less so. Now, let's be real. An actor signing a 5-movie contract, it's not that common, and it's going to be less common. Because why? Are we there for the story? Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise, but there's that level of actor that could just be anybody, right? In my opinion. RJ says you got I love the emojis. Yes, exactly. Rob, what's going on, Rob? Rob, I want to talk to you about my Sunday night show. I meant to reach out to you this week. I've had a weird week, but I'm going to reach out to you. If another actor in the MCU, I am not going to be happy with Disney either. If you're another actor in the MCU, you've probably at the end of your contract or doing a series on Disney Plus, right? And you've already made the deal. Actors have to be aware of the times and ensure that there's streaming references. I would agree with that. I think that why would you allow I'm not a contract lawyer, but I'm not an idiot. Why would you allow the wording to be box office? Why wouldn't it be profits? Seems to me that that's easy. Now, maybe that's easy for me to see after a year and a half of the pandemic, right? Brie Larson, who is Disney, is trying to make their biggest. Yeah, that's true. And she may be, you know, if this next one hits. By the way, for following Brie Larson on Instagram, holy moly, her workouts are intense, and she's showing them. I should get off the couch and do stuff. But no, I like her. I'm a big fan of her. People don't like her, but I agree with Walt. That's Walt and or Melissa. It could be Melissa, I suppose, but it's Walt and or Melissa from Mouse Talk. Making a really good point. I mean, Brie Larson, I think, it was probably Scarlett, and then maybe it was Gina for a quick minute, and then it was probably Scarlett again. Who's left? I think you're right. It's probably Brie Larson. Now, am I ignoring Emily from Jungle Cruise and Mary Poppins and all that stuff? Maybe I am, but inspirational in the house. What's going on? Happy Friday. I won't say that what I think about some actors. You know, some actors are great. Some actors are self-absorbed. I mean, it's just like any business. You got good and you got bad. They just got a mic and a camera in front of their face. Unless they tell an actor up front their salary will only reach a certain limit, but I guess it's nice to see someone in a new role. That's true. Hey, Dave, what's going on? So I don't know. Not a lot of comments in there about who's on whose side. I got to be honest. It makes no sense to me that Scarlett's not going to win this. If we know everything, unless there's stuff we don't know, it's going to be pretty easy to come to some kind of agreement. Disney will probably write a big check and make this go away. I think that it's probably Scarlett, and I'm making a lot of guesstimates and leaps here. I don't know anything. My opinion on this is Scarlett's probably letting her representatives do it. She's out of the Disney business, at least for now. And she's still part of that. You know, she's got not only actors, but everybody else, the agents and all those people that are ancillary around her roles and her positions and her position in Hollywood, let's be real, that probably are on the let's screw the streaming people. Nobody, you know, there are people that made fun of Netflix 2 years ago. I'm never going to be on Netflix. Netflix is ruining the movie theaters, and now they're getting paid by Netflix, right? So it's a shifting of the Hollywood paradigm. Movies are going from Hollywood to Atlanta, Hollywood to New Mexico. The streaming wars, Netflix and Hulu and Apple and obviously Disney are definitely changing the way things are being made and how we're consuming them. I think this is probably one last gasp to just, I don't know. I feel like it's almost I don't want to say it's a political position, but it's we told you not to do that. I can't imagine if I were predicting the end of this, it would be Disney's going to write a check to Scarlett for some amount. Not the top of what she would have made if it was box office, but not zero. And it probably is just a PR role to get a bigger check. But I'm making a bunch of guesstimates. I don't know anything, obviously. I'm gonna get caught up in chat, and we will catch up on the next story. Box office is a bigger take than profits. No, box office is a much smaller take than profits now because box office is not part of the streaming war. So when Disney gets your $30 or whatever it is for the premiere access, that's not box office numbers, right? So you can have box office percentage, you can have profits percentage, you can have revenue percentage, all three being different. What Scarlett didn't get was the money that Disney got for the premiere access, the $30 a pop. Is it $30 a pop? I think it's $30 a pop. The $30 a pop that we paid Disney. I didn't, but people paid Disney to see it, not in the theater. Does that make sense? Which is why they want box office in the contract. Box office is before the costs are taken. Well, yeah, okay. So your box office, profits, and revenue, all three being different. What she didn't get is the profits or the revenue from the money that went to the direct access streaming. So we're talking, I think we're on the same page. She is also going to be in Tower of Terror. Is she really? That's Disney. I didn't realize that, Nick. Really? Huh. Is she really? I don't remember that. Is that a thing? Because that could affect that large, right? I don't see it popping up, and I don't want to waste your guys' time while I'm looking something up on the show. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. The Dizzy Baker in the house, what's going on? How are you? Happy Friday. Good morning. Hey, Bob and Kelly. How are you guys? Enjoyed your visit to my neck of the woods. Glad you were here. Scarlett's producing and starring. I didn't realize that. Mouse Talk confirming what you were saying. I did not realize that. I mean, I guess as I'm saying it out loud, I'm kind of remembering it, but no, I don't know. Interesting. And I just read to you what Disney said back. Could change things. Nico the Greco in the house. All right. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think, as you have been. I'm intrigued. I'll be watching it, and I'm sure most of us will. Masks are back at Disney and Disney World. So Disneyland and Disney World. I found that interesting that they did the same thing. Orange County, which is weird, right? There's an Orange County in Florida, and there's an Orange County in Disney or in Anaheim. So that's weird. But Orange County, Florida, calls it I don't know what I want to say the wrong thing. Pandemic talk is weird. People get very weird, and I'm not that careful. So feel free, if you're super crazy, feel free to get pissed off in a minute. Get prepared, I guess. So with the Delta variant, obviously things are changing on the fly. In Florida, the local mayor and the governor aren't on the same page. The local mayor in Orlando, apparently, and I got some Orlandoans in the chat, so let me know if I'm saying this wrong. The Orlando mayor seems to more be on the cautious put on a mask size, where DeSantis, the governor's like, we're not putting on masks. So my take on the lay of the land from sitting here in Texas. And so the mayor says, I got more power than you, put on the freaking mask indoors. So Disney, I don't know if they were by being told by the mayor or they chose to do it on their own. I didn't dive into it that deep. Decided to mask up indoors at Disney. I found Disney Twitter and Disney Instagram annoying yesterday. It seemed like people on one of the far political spectrums were celebrating that, which I found disgusting. Whatever. If it's about health, shut up. I don't understand the celebrating thing. I actually defollowed like 12 people for taking a victory lap because people are getting sicker. That didn't make sense to me, but whatever. Indoors, how is that a thing too? That's going to be weird. I guess if you're walking around, you just got to put it on there and you just have it. Hey, I don't know. I'm not there right now. I'll be there in October, and I have high confidence that that'll be done then. But they're also doing that at Disneyland, which made more sense to me because they're super being extra cautious, I guess is how I'll say it. Gavin and the crowd over in California. Here's what I want to say, and this is where I might piss people off, and it's just facts, so feel free to be mad. If this makes you mad, you're probably crazy, but that's cool. I'm ready. Here you go. Here it comes. We're about 4 weeks behind England and India. I don't know how many big rocks do you have to be under not to notice this. Since the pandemic's been a thing, what's been happening in India and England gets to us about 4 weeks later. Okay. It's not a political opinion. It just seems to be empirical evidence of that. So what's happened in England and what's happened in India, good and bad, seems to get to us about 4 weeks later. 3 to 4 weeks later. Obviously, I'm not, he said 3 weeks. Don't do that. But about. England had it bad. India had it bad. England shut down again. India reopened yesterday. England. Did I say India? England reopened yesterday to the mask thing. They're actually allowing international travel, I believe. I think it opened up yesterday. It might have been today. My point is not to get like all technical with all the details to find some reason. If you want to find something I said wrong to prove that you're right, you're crazy. But point is, we just got to get through it for 3 or 4 weeks. Put your freaking mask on and shut up for 3 or 4 weeks. Stay home for 3 or 4 weeks. Do what you need to do. Walk around and put in your mask. Just follow the rules where you go or don't go, right? I'm going in October, and I'm very confident because I can count to 4 weeks that it'll be over by then. Am I positive? No, because I'm not I don't have the ability to see in the future, but I do have the ability to see in the past, and as we all do. And that seems to be what's been happening to me, and I'm confident that'll happen. So we just need to relax for a little bit. This is bad. It's even more contagious, this last variant, than the chickenpox, and there's been different data talking about how bad it could be, hospitalizations and or deaths. None of that matters. Disney says put on your mask, so I would just postpone my trip. That's what I would do, but not everybody can do that. I understand that, and it is what it is. What say you? Does it piss you off? It didn't piss me off at all. Didn't surprise me at all. I'm over it. I'm tired of it, but what are you going to do? I do think we're overly cautious about everything, but we probably should be, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. That's where I'm at with that. What say you? Do you guys have a strong opinion? I'm okay if you freak out. I will laugh at you if you freak out, but whatever. But anyway, mask back at both coasts. Not the most fun story, but how can we ignore it on a Disney news show? This one's way more fun. I found this interesting. Let me get caught up in chat. AJC, Amy in the house. AJC Magic TV. That's my friend Amy. What's going on, Amy? Do you think actresses and actors will want streaming service royalties? Yes, absolutely, AJC. That's what I meant. And Walt said box office versus profits. Maybe I should have used the word revenue. Maybe that would have been a more complete truth. But yes, actors and actresses who want a cut are going to want a cut of the proceeds, not the box office, because the money comes in that's not at the box office, right? Where did I go? Tina in the house. What's going on, Tina? How are you? Welcome in. Happy Friday. But Jeff, this may be over, but what about the next round? We've been told for a year and a half that we need to flatten the curve for 2 weeks. Well, I deeply agree with that. That's a different conversation. 15 days to flatten the curve was all about not being overrun in the hospitals. That we did. Yay, us! High five. Good job. Oh, but wait. Now let's wait for the vaccine. That'll take 12 years. Oh, we got it in a year. Okay, well, now let's wait till everybody can get the vaccine. Okay, well, you can walk into CVS and no line. So you're right. You're totally right. Was that Tina? I don't remember who I'm talking to now. Get me all fired up. Yes, Tina's totally right. 100%. Totally stupid. Political stupid. What I'm talking about is Disney's ability to tell me to wear a mask. I don't have to go to Disney. Yes, I totally agree. Tina, 15 days to flatten the curve was accomplished. Everybody should get a sticker, a lollipop, and a high five. Yay, us. Go, America. We did it. You can argue if you needed to do it, but we did it. All this other stuff is political BS, stupidity, totalitarianism. Not surprising, but I do what they ask. Yeah, me too. That's kind of my point, Dave. Like, if it was my trip right now, would I still go? I probably would, because there's other people involved, and I'd throw a mask on and I would stay outside. Now, does that stink because it's hot? Yeah. And would Jeff Bates go in the late July to Disney? No. I mean, not to Florida. No, it's too freaking hot, you crazy lunatics. It's hot. It's too hot in town. Which gets to my, if I have time to tell you about my yesterday, we'll talk about how hot it is. Anyway, Bob and Kelly saying hello to everybody. I'm trying to catch up in chat. Oh man, chat's going fast now, guys. I love it when chat's going fast. That's because you guys are having a great conversation, and I always feel like I hope you guys don't feel like I'm ignoring it. I don't want that. No matter what your personal opinion is, I have a few. If a particular place says wear a mask or don't, yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about it. Yes, I have strong opinions on the masking, and but I don't have to go. It's not like they don't stopping my ability to go to work. They're stopping my ability to go to Disney in July in Orlando. I don't know. For me, it's not that big of a deal. But I guess if you scheduled a trip for 2070, I don't know. Whatever. I'm leaving room in my brain for other viewpoints on that. But for Jeff, I don't care. And I went in, what did we go? February or whatever, and we wore masks. I did not enjoy the mask thing, but I still went, and it didn't make me stop. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Because if it was the government saying it, I would have a different opinion. But this is not, Good Morning Politics. This is Good Morning Disney. Rob says, if there isn't room for me in a hospital, then I am going to sit tight. I am supposed to go to a medical convention in November. And I am not thrilled. Yeah, he's in the medical facility. My buddy Rob, Disney Blog, is in. I don't know what do you. I don't remember. I think it doesn't matter. And I am not thrilled to spend time with 50K people indoors. I wouldn't go. I mean, if you're not thrilled with it. I mean, I think by then we'll probably be good. Although, fall and winter is bad. I think, again, I don't want to have a COVID talk, but I think there's one side of the aisle that seems to want shutdowns and seem to want to have people in fear and is giddy with every bad news. And then I think the other side is screw you. Let me live my life. Freedom. Good George Michael song. I'm certainly more on the freedom side by leaps and bounds, but I'm not opposed to not. There's plenty of places I didn't walk in because I didn't want to put on my mask. Hundreds of places over the 12 months or whatever it was. Hundreds of places that I made a choice to not go into because I didn't want to put on my mask. Hundreds. It wasn't a political statement. It was I didn't want to put on my mask. I don't understand why everybody's so crazy about this. I do think it's dumb. I have a strong opinion on how dumb it is. But I think there's lots of things that are dumb. I mean, right? Do you guys not? I don't know. Adventures by Dean, how's the morning to you? I hope you're having a great day. I hope I'm making you smile. This conversation is getting a little serious. I make the topic, so that's my fault. Joy saying hi to Tina. Joy saying hi to everybody. Let me get caught up in chat, and we'll go to the next topic. We got 12 more minutes, so I think everybody should say hi to everybody. Joy says, we went in December. I like that time of year. I like the decorations at Disney, and the weather seems to be less Sahara Desert-like. I guess that's dry, tropical, Amazon-like, I guess. And we had to wear masks then. I'm going in August, and I will put my mask again, and I will be fine. I can't imagine being in August, Joy. So hot. Ugh. We go October, November, December, January, February, March. That's kind of our wheelhouse. It's too hot. Boy, chat going again. I agree. The Disney Baker, Chris and hi. We are being treated like children. Do as mommy and daddy tell you. Why? Because I said so. I said so. I didn't like it when I was a kid. I sure don't now. I agree with that 100% wholeheartedly, Tina, but I don't have a right or a need to go to Disney is, I guess, where I'm at. I think it's easier to have to wear masks just inside than 24/7. Yeah, that's a good point, Bob and or Kelly. That sucked. But we do what we have to if we choose to go to Disney. Not happy about it, really. I guess for me, it's just like, I think it's a 4-week thing. I think that I can see in the past, not in the future. And I think it's likely that in 4 weeks it'll be done. I do think that half of the political aisle is going to try to make it last forever. And I think in California, it's likely they'll have to keep them on for a while. And in Florida, they won't. That's what I think is going to happen. But I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to move on because I don't care. Kids swim in flooded streets at Disney's Magic Kingdom. Wait, what? This is cool. Fox 35 Orlando. If you're a local, you already know about it. If you're not, you might not. Kids swim. There were some funny pictures on Instagram and some cute videos on Instagram. One was everywhere. I saw the same 100. I guess that's what, going viral is. But anyway, let's talk about it. A rainy day at a theme park can sometimes ruin the fun for some guests, but not when you're a kid at Disney's Magic Kingdom. Cassie Claire Chase shared photos and video. Oh, yeah, this is the one I saw a million times. With Fox 35 News of the flooded streets at the theme park on Thursday after storm rolled through. Instead of huddling under whatever covering they could find, kids took advantage of the new water park. It was pretty cute, right? It was pretty flooded. I saw some views of, I guess it was Adventureland, Frontierland. I don't know. I don't want to be wrong. Magic Kingdom turned into a water park, she wrote on the annual pass holders page. This is around 3 p.m. in between the Cheshire Cat and the Cosmic Ray Cafes. There you go. Kids are seen splashing around in the ankle-deep water, and some even laid down to swim in it. Wait, people are walking around. You know what the dirtiest thing in the world is? The bottom of a kid's shoe. I'm not laying on. That's a pretty. If you got to be on a floor, this is the Disney floor. People have been walking. That's gross. Anyway, hope they were holding their breath under there. I think their masks are getting wet. The photos racked up nearly 3,000 comments. That's really cool. Disney be like an extra $50 to a water park entrance. That's why you don't read the comments. Comments are stupid. Anyway, it got a lot of rain. I saw my friend Donna Jaworski just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Donna. She was there a couple of days ago, right when they got their airport. Oh, that reminds me. Mentioning Donna reminds me of Corey. I should have led with this. Guys, if you're someone who prays, please do this with me. If you're not someone who prays, I'll pray for you. Please start praying. Corey, my friend, Corey Meets World. Many of you know him. He's a live streamer. He's a great guy. For my part, we're friends. He's been on my show. I don't have an interview show anymore, but he's just a good guy. He goes every Thursday night. You guys know him. Come on. If you watch me, you know him. Corey Meets World. He's sick. And I'm not saying anything he didn't put out there publicly, so I don't mind telling you. He's got COVID. He's home and he's sick. He didn't go to live stream yesterday. I don't know anything personally. I have not talked to him other than through a little message. And just keep him in your prayers. He is sick and it is COVID, and according to him, and he's home and he needs to feel better. He's got a beautiful family there. So pray for him, pray for his wife and his kids, and for everybody who's got it. Right. Anyway, I want to put that out there. I should have led with that, but I didn't think of it. Anyway, so think about Corey. If you want to send him a note, he's active on Twitter. There you go. The leader of the free world says one thing and does another, and that is supposed to make us feel better. To Disney Baker, no, the leader of free world can't even spell free or world. I have a strong opinion, and it ain't positive on him. If that makes people mad, I don't care. Just come on. He gone. It's not a political viewpoint. That is just watching. I wish I didn't watch enough news. He gone. I'm not mad at you if you voted for him. I'm not mad at you if you didn't vote. I like people, and I don't care if you agree with me. I'm not mad at you if you don't agree with me. Come on. He gone. So I'm not, yeah. But I'm talking about the Disney aspect of this. I think the 15 Days of Flattened Curve in a long time. I'm very anti being a victim and hiding in the corner because my politician says so. But I just don't think this is that big. I think it's 4 weeks, and I think as somebody who runs a business, when my city told me I had to shut down, I shut down. When, I mean, following the, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, right? I'm not going to follow the rules in all moments of my life, but I'm not going to be some Karen who thinks I can make my own rules up. It's going to Disney. It's not infringing on my freedom. We're talking, if this is a political show, I have a very different opinion, and a Disney Baker, me and you probably agree. That's Crazy Amount of Rain, right, Bob and Kelly? I thought it was hilarious too. Prayers for Corey. Yes, please. Yes, it's not Disney. They're just doing what they're told. Exactly, said Tina. But when the government tells us to do something and don't do it themselves, that makes me totally with you, Tina. Again, not a political show. I don't mind sharing my politics. I don't keep a lot of secrets. I do make people mad. I totally don't care. I don't have a need to make everyone happy. I don't have a need to make everyone unhappy. I'm not looking for every person to subscribe to my channel. I actually think that's a really poor way to grow, actually. I think I'm looking for people who like my content. I don't need like-minded people only. I don't need, if you vote different than me, I hope I can still make you smile and laugh. And maybe even inspire and enable you. But you're not going to hurt my feelings by disagreeing with me. And I hope I don't hurt your feelings if I disagree with you. If I do hurt your feelings because I have a different viewpoint, that's you, not me. I don't care. We're not talking. I don't mean to talk about Joe Biden on the show. I don't mind talking about Joe Biden on the show. Joe Biden can talk for himself, or he can't. And I'll decide from there. I think the mask mandate was 15 days to flatten the curve, and then it became a political stupidity, and I think we're a bunch of lemmings. What I'm talking about is putting on the mask for a couple of weeks, not that big of a deal, indoors, and maybe I'm being very, very selfish on that because I wouldn't go this time of year anyway. You guys are crazy. What's the matter with fall and winter? I don't know. Going back just because I'm late in the chat. I'm in favor of putting streaming for a fee under what? Thank you, RJ. I don't know what you're talking about, Keith. You're talking about what we talked about a few weeks ago? Keith says, I'm in favor of putting streaming for a fee under regulations of the FCC. So the FCC doesn't have anything to do with live streaming on YouTube. I don't think I know what you're talking about, Keith. You might be talking about what we talked about a few days ago. I don't know. Love you, buddy. But I'm a little confused. Think you're behind in chat by a couple chats. Good. You left resort budgeting, left Corey a message. I just keep rocking in. I don't even like that song, but I like the lyrics. If I spoke like that at my job, I would not have a job. What are we talking about? What I said or what you said? I hurt Jeff's feelings the other day. He pays me to do Jesse, I think that's where we connected, Jesse. If you in a chat can hurt my feelings, that's probably my problem, right? I don't know. I don't really understand. I guess I blame you guys for this one. All right. This is your fault. I don't understand how weak the general public has become I'm amazed that people have their feelings hurt so easily. But that doesn't even matter. I don't know. If that's a 1, this is 1,000. How much I'm surprised. I'm shocked at how much people think they could hurt mine through a text or a chat or like trolls on YouTube. Ready? Here it comes. I've got news for everybody. Ready? And I don't think anybody else is saying this. Ready? Not that big of a deal. We've got to teach people that other people's opinions of us don't matter. It's horrible too. And we're failing at that, by the way. I'm talking school-age kids, high school, junior high, and elementary, unfortunately. Girl suicide rates go up in August and September. Why? It's disgusting. Why? Because they're stressed out about going to school. Because we're so judging our society judges, especially young ladies, more than anybody, young ladies. Dad of 4 daughters here, so here comes some truth that might piss you off, and I'm cool with it. They're so wrapped up in what other people think, right? And they're killing themselves. I mean, it's insane. We have to start teaching that the bully is irrelevant. I've been working with after school programs, Boys and Girls Club since 1993 now, After School America. And I watched the conversation early in my career, mid 90s, late 90s. It flipped from teaching competence to fighting against the bully. Screw the bully. He doesn't matter. He is of no consequence. None. Except for Jessie. I love Jessie. But she's just having fun. We're just pretending. The bully doesn't matter unless you let him or her. Do you need to hear this? I assume this is mostly adults. I've worked with kids since 93. When they come to me, and I'm different than the average bear. When they come to me, this is not Disney talk anymore, is it? When they come to me, I've always said some form of, but do you care what their opinion is? Is that true what they said? Why do we care? My confidence comes from within, not from without. Of course I like feedback. I love it when you guys leave me. Hi, I love the show. That makes me happy. Hey, screw you, ugly guy. You're bad. I don't care about those people. They're not even nothing. They're less than nothing. Why do we obsess with other people's opinions of us? And I think what I've learned during this pandemic is I really, really love my dogs. I can do most of what I need to do for work from my couch. That's weird. Way more than I thought I could. Not everything, but way more than I thought I could. And people are crazy. People want to be led. People want to be given stuff. People want to be offended. People want to control what other people. What is a Karen? Someone who wants someone else to do something for them. I've got a store. We got crazy people in there every day. The regular crazies, this is going to sound arrogant. Here comes the truth. The regular crazies last until the day that I meet up with them. I'm not there a lot, and I'm not there every day, and I'm not there all day every day. But when I'm there and I interact with the crazies, after my staff will say, "Hey, can I talk to the boss?" Yeah, he's here. You don't really want to talk to him because I don't need everybody's dollar. I'm not going after every penny in their wallet. I like my staff, my employees, my teammates, my friends more than the customers. Wait, what? I thought the customer's always right. No, the customer's generally not right. The customer's either a partner or not. A viewer is either a partner or not. The subscriber is either a partner or not. Your friend is either a partner or not. Government, all those things. You don't even like everybody. Talking to you, every single person. Why do you think everyone should like you? What an arrogant thought that everyone should like you. What a crazy thought that everyone should like you. That's insane. So what I'm trying to say is, as someone who's been called arrogant, I have a huge self-esteem. God make no junk. I am his favorite he's ever made. Now, I'm tied with all of you, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm his favorite ever. So what do I care about some crazy Karen who's trying to steal my crap at the store or some comment in the chat? That's nuts. Love you some you because you are you, not because daddy was mean or my boyfriend or I hate all of that. Stop. You're not a victim. And if you are, I mean, there are plenty of people who have bad stuff, but there is always someone who's at every moment, there's someone in the hospital begging for another breath. There's someone in a relationship that just wishes they could have what you have. There's someone with a job that just wishes they had what you had. Everybody, it's like the opposite of a humble grab. It's the opposite of a humble brag. It seems like we're in this race on social media to prove why we're the bigger victim. Shut up. And if you're one of those people, by the way, boy, somebody pissed me off. If you're one of those people who goes on to social media and then talks down somebody's birthday, or they got a promotion at work, or their kid ran fast and some positive thing happened to them and they're bragging about it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and you have a negative thought, a negative feeling, or a negative post, you're the problem. It's you. Celebrate. Help others celebrate. Raise up. Help people Be prouder of what they do. If you're depressed, stop it. I would say to you, that's selfish. But you don't understand. Okay. Yeah, I've had a perfect life. Everybody's got stuff. And if we're racing to see who has the most disadvantages, why do we have all these freaking labels? I identify as a bunch of things. I'm a baseball fan. I'm a YouTuber. I love that one, by the way. It took me a while to say that. I don't know. I'm an Italian guy who's not as Italian as he thought he was. I'm a fat guy. I'm all these things, right? But they're things that I'm happy about. That it seems to me in the last 15 years or so, we've raced to name, I've got ADHD. Well, I've got this. Well, I've got that. Well, shut up. And I mean, I get it. I get it. Why does it matter? You just overcome. Oh, well, you don't understand. Okay. Is that important to you? Yes. Why? Anyway. That wasn't about Disney. Let me get cop in chat. I'm happy that we didn't get to 0. Apparently, I didn't piss everyone off. I'm sure there's some comments in here that'll make me laugh out loud, and I will. But let's see what we have to say, and we'll get to some. Oh, we're a little over 10. Whatever. We'll get to some Disney stuff here in a minute because I want to. Let me get caught up. RJ says I agree. Well, cool. Thank you. I always like people who agree with me, but I'll like you if you disagree too. I mean, yeah, I will. Wow, RJ, I've been waiting for so long for you to say that. I have RJ and Jesse seem to have a fun relationship, and I love them both. Right to free speech has been sacrificed. Ooh, here we go. This is good. Tina, here, I haven't even read all of it, but let's put it on screen. All right. Cough button. By the way, somebody sent me a, hey, you feeling okay? I'm fine. I got the Sahara Desert in the sky. It's just a little tickle. I'm fine. But I do have a cough. Right to free speech has been sacrificed at the altar of hurt feelings. Yeah, screw your feelings. Instead of teaching our kids to be strong, intelligent people who understand that bullies are the weakest. Yes, Tina, exactly right. I've run after school programs. Think Boys and Girls Clubs. I ran Boys and Girls Clubs for years. Now we do the same kind of thing, but different. The world's changed, and we're not part of the Boys and Girls Clubs. Anyway, I've dealt with more. He's a bullying me than most people. I've done more. You'd be shocked how many conversations like that I've had. And my take is always a little different. I talk to the kid who feels bullied about how he can defeat the feelings of being bullied, not defeating the bully. I'll deal with the bully. I'll talk to Jimmy who feels bullied about why would you let his opinion matter, right? And then when he's gone, I'll talk to the punk and I'll say, you don't get to play dodgeball anymore because you're mean or whatever, whatever. How hard is this? It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. And then you get the parent that comes in and is freaking out. Oh, he was mean to my kid. Yeah, it's called being a kid. Toughen up your kid. That doesn't mean I allow the bullies to be bullied. Matter of fact, I crush the little bullies. I mean, metaphorically, not actually physically. Metaphorically, didn't expect to use that word. I'm not worried about a bully, just worried about Jesse. Yeah. By the way, all this bully talk, I love Jesse. Jesse is my friend. None of that. I should have probably put a caveat. My bully talk is not anything negative about Jesse. I love Jesse. Yeah, there you go. As I say that, I get to the point there. It says, Jeff, you made me make this count. Remember? I didn't make you make it. Yes, we have a teenage girl in our area affected by that last week. Geez. Praying for her and or her family. That's rough. Bullies usually are in pain. I don't care. And they just take their, bullies are usually people who have learned how to get attention. Kids want attention. Kids want attention. What every kid wants is what every human wants. A sense of influence, a sense of power, a sense of competence, right? A sense of belonging. Biggest one is belonging. And they're going to get influence however they can get it, right? So my job, your job, our job is to give them a little bit of influence here and there. You don't put them behind the wheel of the car before they know how to drive, but you give them a little influence, a little power, a little sense of belonging, right? Right? This is not freaking brain surgery. This is easy. Everybody knows this crap, right? Or they should. And then when they bully, you deal with that. You tell them that's not how you get your attention around here. And I'll give you some attention for that. Go. I would have kids vacuuming the front of our after school program. And then the mom or the dad will show up and you don't even know where our vacuum is at the house. That's on you, Mr. Smith. Oh, he was being a bully an hour and a half ago, and I gave him something to get some sense of belonging, sense of usefulness, sense of influence for. So he didn't have to go and bully the little 12-year-old when he's 18 or whatever. You see what I'm saying? None of this is hard, people. Yes, we had a teenage. Oh, I just read that. Yeah, I don't buy the bullies are in pain. I don't buy that. I think bullies are working the system to get attention. And we do a horrible job. Got a screen in the way here. What the heck? How do I get rid of the screen? I don't know what this is. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Christy's in the house. Hey, Christy. Christy from Christy Corner in the house. Long time no see. Opinions are like armpits. Everyone has two of them. Yeah. And I, like everyone else, think that mine are right. But that's all right. Everyone else does too. Tina says, that is exactly what my workers would say about me. Clients would ask them to see their supervisor, and I'd say, yeah, but you really don't want to. I get it asked all the time. Yeah, I've got a board of directors and, whatever. I got all the stories. I might start a show that's, I don't know. I don't even want to go to there. We're running out of time. Jesse helped my life a lot after high school. Oh, that's cool. We have had our past. But if there is one thing I can give kudos for, is that you have told me to find something that's meaningful in life. Amen to that. RJ, I love that. Jesse, good job. Never be afraid to try something, right? If you're afraid to try something, you're afraid of the judgment. Michael Jordan missed more shots than he made before he made more shots than he missed. Babe Ruth struck out more times than anybody in the history of the game back in the day. People have passed it since. Failure is not a reason to stop. You freaking idiots. Can I say that again? RJ, I'm not calling you everybody. Everybody. Failure, you freaking idiots, should be aimed for, should be celebrated, should be the goal. Because it gets us to where we want to be. When I was a kid, I wanted to be really good at sports. I looked up to the athletes. I wasn't the biggest. I definitely wasn't the fastest. I was certainly not the strongest. But by the time I got to where I wanted to be, I was the guy who won almost all the time. I know that's arrogant. It's true. It's because I wanted to. I remember JV. Oh boy. High school football talk is always weird because people think you're crazy. I remember I was a sophomore in high school. I was the JV quarterback, right? So there's nobody in the stands yet. You can hear what everybody's yelling on the field. And my number was number 12. And I'm confident, but I'm not yet really confident. I'm wondering if am I imposter syndrome? Should I be the quarterback? Am I good enough for this? Can I date the cheerleader? Those things. As a sophomore, what are you, 15, 14, whatever. And we're doing well. I'm doing well. I'm sure we were winning at the time. I'm sure I was doing fairly well. And the outside linebacker, we're like 10 feet away, 8 feet away. I can hear what he says. He doesn't know my name, but he knows my number 12. And he starts yelling at me. Number 12, you're and then words that would scare me, I guess, were intended to scare me or frighten me, or I don't know. He was trying to bully me from over there. I'm taking the snap and he wants to get me, right? And I'm proud of this. If you think I'm an arrogant prick for sharing this, okay, that's you, not me. I can tell you, and I'm so proud of this. It exhilarated me because he felt the need to defeat me. I had already won, and I knew it. I'm sitting there about to say whatever we were going to say to take the snap to start the play, and he's trying to scare me. Why? Because he needed to do something because he was going to lose. And I knew that. And I can tell you why I knew that. I had great coaches in my life. I had great mentors in my life, mostly sports coaches, baseball and football at the time, that just enhanced my confidence to no end. Not just throwing a ball. I could throw a ball pretty good back. I'm a 51-year-old fat guy. I can't anymore. But, back in the day, I knew I was good at. I wasn't good at everything. I was never the best athlete on any team. But I definitely had the confidence, and the leadership thing. And it only built more and more and more. And that day was that moment in my life was huge. And I remember, I said it to Jesse. I've never felt bullied in my whole life. I know now, let me be clear. I've had people attempt to bully me at our store. I've had people attempt to bully my staff and then me. No. And again, me, I apologize. I hope you're taking this for me saying, you can too. You're not who they say you are, but you are who you say you are. Duh. I don't say that to sound inspiring. I say that with a passionate, are you freaking kidding me? You don't know that? Duh. I want to make fun of people who don't know that because I believe they do. But they revert to the negative because it's easier. Your Inspirational says amen. I don't know to what part because it was a while ago, but thank you. If people discouraged you for what you love to do, they don't just exactly, RJ, what you said. When I get a promotion and I talk to someone about it, they turned around and said my job was worthless. So Christy makes such an interesting point there, and I've talked about this before. Nobody's here is always here, so I can't assume you heard it when I said it before, but I'll say it again. Psychology 101, your friends. If I say to Christy, my friend, I don't want to use a person because it's a negative thing. So if I say to person X, man, I got a promotion today. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to get a longer vacation and I get perks at work, whatever it is. I don't know. Or I get more response, whatever it is. And they say, oh man, me too. Or I want one. Or, oh, that's not fair. They're not your friend. They gave you a gift. They gave you a sign. I'm not your friend. Move on. If you share with someone something and they say, oh my gosh, that's awesome. How did that make you feel? Tell me more. They're your friend. If they're like, yeah, but I got, yeah, but I know that person that got this. They're a emotionally intelligent zero and not worth your time. They're not. If your friends are sharing in your success, you want more of them. If your friends are, yeah, but I got this, or yeah, but I know this guy who got better than that, screw them and find a new one. Psychology 101. And you don't have to go to college for that. You have to not be dead. That's a great message. Spread happiness and joy. Amen to that. And people wonder why I don't leave my house much. I know. I love people, but I also have problems. I have my struggles, RJ. We all do. Amen, which is what he says. But learning to live with it and be content with what makes you happy matters most. Other people shouldn't be so invested in you. RJ, I don't even know you that well. And I know you. You're freaking awesome. And I don't even know you that well. It's easy to see. So, and that's part of the social media stupidity. We dive into social media and we look at Scarlett Johansson and Brad Pitt, and we think that's, again, you should put positive out there. You should put positive out into the ether, right? But you shouldn't expect your life to be, that's their best moments. This is a highlight film. Facebook and Instagram, that's a highlight film. And you should create your own. And you should create a life that is deserving of a highlight film. And you should look at your positives, not your negatives. Because no matter who you are, somebody's got it worse. No matter what your issue is, no matter how much you make, no matter what your disability is, no matter what your family dynamic was, no matter how many times you got beat, no matter how many times these horrible things happened to you, somebody had it worse. Somebody had it better too. You decide which one you want to concentrate on. I'm a proud dad. My son graduated from tech school on Monday. Oh, congrats. Got a job on Tuesday. Dang. Who is it? Resort budgeting. Your kiddo got yeah, I read that right. Your son graduated on Monday and got a job on Tuesday. Welding pays well. I should have read the whole thing before. See, I don't do that well. I comment and then I read them more. My congratulations. My sister's husband, I don't know why that was so hard to get out, does well. Well, he doesn't anymore, but he's done well in welding. Hey, that's the thing. Good for him. Good for you. He's a working man now. He's figuring out how much things. Oh yeah, I've got some daughters that. Yeah, one of my daughters is right in the. Oh my gosh, I had no idea how much life costs. Anyway, resort budgeting. Congrats to him and congrats to you. Excluding Jesse, all bullies. RJ, excluding Jesse, all bullies suck and don't need to be part of your life. I love that. That's the comment of the day. Excluding Jesse. I should just lead with that. Jeff said one day on a stream he never really had a bully. Exactly. 2 minutes. Yes. Jeff almost fell out. Yes, that's exactly right. And I'm not saying I haven't been bullied. They just didn't get. I mean, people have tried. I just gave you an example. I don't know. I like it. I want when there's a scoreboard, again, back to the football analogy, when there's a scoreboard, I want them to know that I'm a reason that they're not winning. Let me say that again. When there's a scoreboard, I want the opponent to know that I am at least part of the reason that they're not going to win today. Again, 51-year-old fat guy, not so much anymore, but back in the day. Anyway, bullies turn into narcissists if they aren't taught better. We can fix bullies by showing them they have no power, right? Duh. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Probably is. Everybody's saying congrats. Triple D in the Out Detroit Disney duo. I'm way over time, guys, but I'm having fun. Let's finish this up. I'll get through the comments, and then we'll talk about the other things we didn't talk about, and we'll do it. Opinions are like casseroles. I don't know if I really like casseroles. They're kind of nasty. I heard Goofy is suing Pluto over the rent. Edison failed at inventing. Yep, there we go. 100 times. He said if he didn't fail. Yeah, failing is underrated. The fear of failing is the fear of being judged. Stop it. So, Jeff, what happened to you yesterday? Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Let me get caught up in chat, then we'll talk about that. Personally, being called a reference or referred to as a failure isn't an insult to me. Well, you're not a failure if you fail. You're a failure if you don't try. Dude who sits and watches Oprah reruns is a failure. Person who fails at attempting to do something is not a failure, right? Like if I have never applied for a job that I didn't get. That's not to be celebrated. I guess if you got your dream job, your first try, I guess maybe it would be, but that's not a very interesting and exciting life. I mean, it's like I'm 51 and very, very, very happily married. I'm married up. I love her to death. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. That said, before I was married, I wasn't just asking the girls to the dance that I thought, oh man, she's going to say yes for sure. Right? I don't know. Hatbox Ghost announced what's going on. Off Dizzy Little just got home from Chicago, attend the largest sport. Hatbox Ghost, did I know you collect? So I might have baseball. I collect baseball cards and stuff like that. I went to the national. My mommy, who's in the chat, sent me and my best friend at the time to the national. It was in it was in Atlantic City for my graduation gift. I bought my 51 Redback set, individual cards. I put together the set. I ended up like 6 short, but I've got the complete set now at National in New Jersey in 89, 88. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hellbox Ghost, I want to hear more. So what happened to you yesterday? Okay, a couple people asked. Okay, so show's almost over, but we're going to keep going. So I'm driving down the road, right? And me and my wife drive. We've got a couple cars, but we really only drive one car, right? And we're driving around. It's Beskar. It's my Beskar, named after Beskar Steel from The Mandalorian. It's that color. It's our Nissan Rogue One, right? Star Wars-y. Okay, so we're driving around. We're having a good time. Blah 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 blah. I usually drive. Sometimes Paula drives when we're together. When we're alone, she drives. I'm not there, right? So the light, we have a light sensor, right? So door is ajar. So the passenger seat door says it's open, but it's not. So we're at, I don't know, we're Arby's or something, whatever. Paula goes inside. She closes the door. She closes the door poorly. I mean, you get stuck in the seatbelt, basically, right? Stopped it from closing. No big deal. She comes in the car. She closes it. Now the light's on. I don't think anything of it. We drive around. I'm like, hey, babe, you close your door. She closes it. Oh, no. Hey, the light's been coming on. No, I didn't know about that. What are you talking about? I don't see no light. Maybe 3 minutes later, 4 minutes later, I don't know. I'm probably screwing up the details of this, but who cares? The light's going off, and now we've got a caution sign, right, on this dash. And then the dashboard, or I'm sorry, the overhead light, there's two, one for her and one for me. Mine all of a sudden is on. Then the electric locks off and on. It was like it was in either Poltergeist or Ghostbusters. I think it was Ghostbusters at first because it was laughable at first, and then it got to be a little poltergeisty. Then the lights go from yellow to red, and all this stuff starts happening. All this electrical stuff is going off. Like, dude, it was like, did you ever see Poltergeist? It was crazy. Gremlins, exactly. It was after midnight. Don't feed them after midnight. It was insane. I don't know why I didn't video it. I've said this. So yesterday I took the car down there, which was a disaster because I'm too stupid to follow Google Maps or Waze or whatever I was using. But whatever, we get there and I tell the guy the story, and I say to him, I don't know what we were talking about. He has asked me some stuff, and I actually mentioned the YouTube channel. I try to mention the YouTube channel. Hey, if you're a Disney fan, blah 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 blah. Anyway, and I said to him, I don't know why I didn't video it. And since then, I probably said 12 times. It would have been a great video. I mean, we might have crashed and died, so that would have been bad. But it was insane. Like, I'm driving around and it was insane. It was like if you saw it on a movie, it would have been like a Thursday afternoon special. It wasn't even a good movie. It was stupid. It was crazy. So yeah, so it didn't stop, and it seemed to be around when we were like when I was braking, when I would hit a bump. So whatever, it's probably a sensor, but I don't know. They said they'd let us know in a couple hours, and it could be as long as Monday. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, that's why I wasn't here for the show. I guess it happened the day before. Yeah, it didn't happen yet. It happened the day before because I took the car in yesterday. Whatever. I don't know if I told that story very well or not. We're way over time, people. Way over time. Let me see if I missed any Disney news things that we can't, because it's Friday, so we can't really wait till Monday. Hawkeye, the day has been set. Let's talk about that real fast. Over on Disney Plus, Hawkeye. I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not like super stoked about this one. But from The Verge, Disney Plus Hawkeye show gets November 24th date. It's a good time because we're all home, right? The holidays just hit. I don't know what day Thanksgiving is, but November 24th, so it feels like a Thanksgiving date to me. So that'll be cool. Watch some of that. You know, I'm right on the edge. Like, did I like Loki? I did. Did I love Loki? No, not really. I don't know. But I mean, I'm not going to stop. The streamer live stream, this is an interesting story. I don't know. I don't really have time to tell you the whole story. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. But we talked about that the other day. Haunted Mansion reboot. Are you kidding me? We didn't even talk about I wore my Haunted Mansion shirt to talk about the Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion's coming back. We got some actors set for it. We'll talk about that next week. I think our time is done here. We're over an hour and we started a little late. Wow, it's 10:20. Let me get caught up in chat real fast, and we're going to say goodbye. I know as a live streamer, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to tell your people that you're about to leave because then someone's leaving, some don't. But I just want to tell you the truth. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody in chat. If there's questions or comments, we'll follow up on that in the next 5 minutes. The show is going to end, and I'll say goodbye to you that way. Let's see. What did I miss? So your car is haunted. It totally was. Cars possessed. Exactly. It really was crazy. I don't know why I didn't think to pull out the video because I was driving. Really, that's probably why. It was nuts. It was nuts. Card breaking is the new thing. Yep, I'm trying to figure it out. Kind of a raffle. So I got lucky on one of those Hatbox ghosts. I did a card break for, what year was it? 2019. I like the Heritage set, Topps Heritage, and you bought a team and they gave you a free team. And I bought the Dodgers. I wanted the Dodgers. I like the 77 set. I like some of those sets. So that Heritage set I just really like. Anyway, so I did a break and I bought the Dodgers and they gave me the Diamondbacks for free. And I lucked out. I got an SSP Goldschmidt that I sold for a couple hundred. I kept it for a couple of years. And then I was on a Facebook on a card group, and a guy was looking for one. I said, yeah, I got it. I'm not a big Goldschmidt fan. I'm not looking to buy. I'm not looking to sell. I'm more likely to trade. And he ended up buying it for me, and I bought my kids an Xbox with it. That was pretty cool. And I got like for $10, and then I got a pile of my dog. I mean, so it's pretty cool. It is definitely gambling though. Yeah, there's many on YouTube Hatbox shows. We should talk more about that. You know, I thought about doing a Baseball Tonight show. I was gonna go live and do baseball this year, and a couple of things happened again. And you know, Pete got big, and I don't want to. You know, I don't want to support my friends. I don't want to compete with my friends. So, but I might start doing a Baseball Tonight show where we talk a little sports. I've got a lot of non-Disney things I want to share. I don't know if it'll be good for the channel, but it might be fun. But I'd love to talk a little baseball cards with you guys. RJ, I'm good. I'm okay. Thank you. I'm off to watch The Bad Batch. Nice. Yeah, I'll be watching The Bad Batch sometime today too. Very much enjoy the show. Thank you guys. Bob and Kelly, I appreciate that very much. Yes, it's Thanksgiving Eve. I figured. Oh, where'd it go? Thanksgiving is the 25th. There you go. Yeah, I figured it was Thanksgiving weekend. That's a good time to, we'll probably drop 2 or 3 so we can binge it. Everyone have a blessed weekend. Amen to that, Lori, you too. But thank you, Jeff, for the video. Thank you. Apologies if I was overdoing the bully chat. No, RJ, don't apologize. I like you. You don't have to apologize. Jeff, we still need to schedule a date for us. Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Yeah, apologies is a weird thing. I think we overrate apologies. Stop apologizing. 1 hour is not too much. Just throw. Oh, good. Thanks. I agree. TV is trained. Yeah, well, it's a work day for me. I mean, honestly, it's not really that it's an hour for me. It's that it's a work day. I am working from home. It's Friday, but I got some stuff. I didn't get a lot. So we also had so back to yesterday, if you're still here, which half of you aren't, sorry. So my son-in-law came by and he fixed our fence, but it was harder than they thought. So we didn't have a fence. We've got dogs and we need a fence. So I was also not on the NFL show last night on Pete's channel. Hope he's not mad because my fence was down. I wasn't done yet. So anyway, whatever. Thanksgiving is a month exactly from Christmas. Wow. Yeah, the 25th. That's cool. Thank you, Will. And thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Have fun today. Do something awesome for somebody today. Maybe for you, maybe for somebody else. I appreciate every single one of you. To the members of the chat who are in green, to the Ninja Mode watchers who I didn't see, who everybody chatted, who everybody who didn't chat, everybody at all who spent even a minute or over an hour here today. Thank you so much. Tomorrow morning, Bad Batch review, episode review with my daughter, 9:15 our time, Central Time. And tonight, which I didn't promote and I should have been promoting tonight, right here on this channel and on the Bamboo and Beyond Facebook group page, a little Disney trivia. Should be fun. Hope to see a few of you there. I think that's it. You have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle. See you next time.